Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. I am back with my last flexible guest from today's crazy little power outage. Mimi Mala is here with Peace on the Streets. What's up, Mimi?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am alive, healthy, happy. I'm blessed. Thank you.
Amen to that. I saw what you were doing, I believe either on Instagram is where we first connected. And I think that anyone who is putting out that much positive and that much love and support, I want to have on the show and have other people see it. So that
Wow.
was how this all came to be. But, oh, Shirley says she's beautiful. Yes, she is.
Thank
Um,
you.
so tell us a little bit about you and your journey to Peace on the Streets.
Thank you so much. First, thank you for the opportunity. I think it's amazing. I love when we collaborate and network with each other. I think it's highly important, period, no matter what your passion is. So thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. And my name is Mimi Stewart, which is my stage name, Mimi Mala. I am a radio personality, executive producer, and the owner of Peace on the Streets radio show right here on WOKB 1680 AM. It's the RB Quiet Storm, and we air every Wednesday night to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And the great different uniqueness about us is that we came in as being radio personalities, and we end up maintaining and retaining the rights to our show independently on a mainstream broadcasting station.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's a huge thing. And this is what I want to show others, that it's very important to retain and have the rights to your creativity. You can do this and you can create. You don't need to be in a corporation. God bless it if that's your mission. You can develop on your own and create a platform. And that's what we did. And within that said, we're independent, so we're free to do as we wish in broadcasting, where we all know media is corrupted and tainted. And the only what
no, say it isn't so.
And I'm not saying us. I'm saying the news, mostly the news. And so within us, we are free, independent to do what we want. We have control of media. Media does not have control of us. We are very grateful we're on WOKB that allows us to be here.
And how did you get into radio? Did you always want to be I imagine you had the personality where you wanted to do stuff. You talked, you engaged. So how did you get into radio?
It's amazing. Like when I was 10 years old in New York, I'm from New York. And in New York, and no exaggeration, I've been told that you have a radio voice. You sound like Angie Martinez. That's up in New York. Shout out to New York, High 97. And with that, I was like, that's funny. I just never really thought about it. I just like entertainment, period. So I got signed to John Casablancas in Queens, New York at 13 years old. And then from that point, my parents have been my managers. So they kept me very safe, very secure. As I got older, I started seeing the hardships in entertainment, and especially towards females, I was starting to end up hating it. I didn't like the control, the manipulation, the all about them. It's really all about them, and you got to work as a team. You can't make things happen if you don't have others to help you. So I just started getting discouraged. I ended up leaving the industry for about 4 to 5 years, and I decided to create my own. So I just started creating my own, getting it licensed and registered. And from that point, I was on internet radio. They saw me working on my own. This is why it's very important, guys. If you're by yourself, it's okay. Start that vision. Start working. Let others see you. They started seeing the content, started seeing my producing and management. They grabbed me in the internet radio on a Christian station. I'm like, who knew I was in a Christian station? But the great thing about it is that I met so many individuals. I networked so largely. We were nominated twice on an internet station onto broadcasting stations, which were FM and AM.
Wow.
So that's what I knew. This is my thing. I love people. I love networking. I love interacting. I love giving people, giving them something to give them a sense of hope. You give them a platform that helps them expose themselves that's pretty large without having to have riches, money, or connection. Then you're truly blessing so many people. And within that said, they saw my work at WOKB and then called me over. So I went from internet radio to broadcasting radio. It's a different.
What was that like? Was it completely different? Were you blown away by the difference, or is there a lot of similarity there?
I think now the game is changing for recognition for internet radio. So it's a great thing because you could be nominated with FM and AM. That's what I was. It's worldwide, of course, but I did feel a sense of I made it when I got signed to broadcasting because it's so hard to get here. And it's FCC regulated. Everything is protocols is insane. But what my vision is clean anyway. So I don't have to really worry so much. But I felt like I made it. And it's a great honor because instantly you gain over 80,000 listeners just being on
wow.
And that's why I appreciate them because this is a Christian-based station, guys. And this station has been around for 35 years. And we came in and started R&B that they've never played outside of Christian music before, ever. And when they came in and they heard our vision and they just heard of us, the positivity coming of a Peace on the Streets, bringing in all cultures, diversity of people, all religions, they started seeing the bigger picture. And they're like, you guys are really good. You need to stay here. And
where did that come from? Where did Peace on the Streets come from? Where did the thought process, and talk a little bit about what you do with it, because you're not just putting out wattage. You really go into the community. Yes. You're involved. So where did Peace on the Streets come from? We'll start there.
Absolutely. Peace on the Streets actually started about 4 years ago. The name, we were just speaking about, we like to be in the streets, and we all come from different backgrounds. So by us saying, we want to hit the streets, we really want to talk to others because that's where we came from. That's what we are. Not literally guys in the streets, but out there in the community. And we thought that name was so catchy that everybody feels it, yeah. Peace on the Streets. And we could take that with us anywhere, and it's respected. We have candidates that are on our show that are running for state attorney and running for also sheriffs. We have a large amount of different talents and gifted individuals here that are making a positive movement in the community. So just like yourself, we're bringing people that are making a move, that have established themselves. And we are trying to see if we can blend in, get a hold of each other and lift each other up. We're trying to bring Orlando out on the map.
That's a collaboration. You're collaborative in spirit. You guys, you really do want people to work together because we have so much more power. There's more resources if we're working together. And I think that's one of the things that you all do so well, just bringing different kinds of people in. And I think that's what we all need to do, because right now, I'm sure you all have really taken a step back and kind of looked at what's going on. Has everything with George Floyd and with Juneteenth coming up, are you guys focusing, are you shifting your focus? What are you doing to kind of combat that or help that initiative out?
I'm so glad you asked. Thank you for that. We have actually been hitting the streets, literally, I guess, and going to the protesting events, if you want to say, all over Orlando, as well as City Hall. We were offered to be their guest for Monique Goel. Like I've stated, she's one of the attorneys that have actually made a change in Pennsylvania and in New York that changed the prison reform. She made a plan for prison reform.
Wow.
Her and a group of panel attorneys that were signed by Jay-Z and Meek Mills, they are now with us. These guys are with us, being on Peace on the Streets, communicating to the community, letting you know what it takes to make a change, how important it is to vote, and very necessary in your own city and your own home. And that is how we're making a change in the streets. We're bringing it out. We're letting others know this is kind of what it takes. Yeah, protesting, but these guys can make the change. And we're seeing that, and they're local. So we want to bring them out. So this is the change we're talking about.
Yes.
Getting together, collaborating, same vision, but don't be afraid to let others use your platform. And that's the hardships that we see out here. Others are afraid to let others shine. You can't not lose your shine because the gift God gave you, you can't lose it. And He gave it to you to share with others. So it's a must that we help each other.
I love that because I think that's what we're doing. I mean, I love a great story, and I love anybody who's doing positive. But if we're collaborating, my viewers get to see you maybe for the first time.
Yes.
Your followers get to see me for the first time, and we're all out there trying to do our part of whatever that positive is. And so I do have a lot of people that won't return. They don't want to come on my show because they have a show of their own and they're afraid, I don't know, am I going to take their guest list? I don't know, this stuff. Some of this stuff, it's crazy. So I've had people go, no, our shows are too similar. No, they're not. But your mission on the street, I want people to hear more about it. It's not about me. I won't even talk. You talk. Tell my audience. And people are very, but those people, you know, they're going to starve in one way, shape, or form, whether it's spiritually or their business or whatever their initiative is. They're not going to be able to succeed. I have a question about the protests for you.
Yes.
What was surprising? Were you emotional when you were there? What were you feeling when you were in the midst of that?
Well, great questions. When I was there, this was my first time ever experiencing a protest. I've never actually literally been in a protest or seen it in real life. I've seen this happen back when, you know, with the LA riots. I was so young. I was still in school, so I didn't really understand the depths of it. But now I get it. And being a part of seeing it in real life, it gave me goosebumps. It's such a movement. It's so strong. There's so many multiple individuals that are so diverse and everybody's feeling the same thing about equality. That's insane. And this is where I felt like, I got goosebumps right now. This is where I felt like we're really going to make a change. Like there's something really large that's going to happen. And I'm really honored and grateful to be a part of that movement, to be there, to see it, to watch City Hall. Everything was peaceful in Orlando. And that's what I loved about it. I think that we're seeing a change, guys, and we're changing it for our future. We're changing it for our children, and it's an honor to be a part of it. Just gotta make sure you do it correctly. You know, don't destroy things. Those are radicals. But the mission is just protesting and standing up for what's right.
I saw the first group. I do a lot of the shows from the Citrus Club downtown, and I can see the city hall. And I saw that group, and you get this feeling of, wow, people are really getting out and speaking. They might not be the speakers, but they're really speaking their mind by just being present. And what that must feel like. I've touched on it only a little bit. I haven't been to a protest. Not that I'm against it. I'm not protesting protest. But I have had wonderful people like you, and I had Hank Van Putten on the show, people who are super active and proactive and advocates out in the community. And it's just such an honor to be part of something close to that. I want to help in my own way and do more things in the way, whatever my gifts are. So I've had people say, well, I don't like to go out and protest. Well, contribute then. Donate to the funds. Get involved with organizations behind the scenes like Peace on the Streets, and do things that in your community that you do feel comfortable with, that are going to make a difference. But you have to reach out to people like Mimi, because a lot of people don't know what to do. So that's my next question. If someone were to ask, all right, I'm kind of interested, I want to know more, I want to get involved, maybe I want to go to a protest, Mimi, what would you say to them? What are some recommendations on how to best be impactful?
I'm glad you asked that. I'm actually getting asked that now. Others are like, "Can we go with you?" I'm like, interesting. I personally take invites, meaning if the attorney that was one of the speakers, if they invite us, we go. We're just more secure that way. And not to mention the coronavirus is still out there, so we are not out there like that. Only if we get a special invite, because they bring us in, we speak from a distance, and they bring us out. So we're pretty secure within that. But it's very important to be connected, period, of what's going on. It's for your future, it's for your life, it's everybody's life. Everybody's going to be impacted some way. And however you decide to communicate with others, they communicate to us because we're broadcasting. So we release information that we know is secure and safe for others. So a lot of people ask, can they join the team? Yes, they can. And when all we do is send out invitations and see us there and join us there. And we communicate with the public. We bring them along with us. We grab their information and see what their thoughts are, because it's because of them, that things are changing. It's our people. It's our community. you have to hear us out. And this is why we have a platform to hear us out. Most of us are not going to sit back and depend on CNN or Fox.
Right.
We all know they release what they want to release. So we have to do it for ourselves. And did you hear about this? They are trying to make a law now to not be able to film officers that are
I did
arrested.
not hear that.
And this is just started speaking about it up north. And they're trying to start that. You have to be a certain distance away, over 20 feet or so, to record, if so, or it will be illegal. This is what they're trying to pass. This is what I'm saying. You guys got to vote. You got to really get into your city officials, get into your state, vote, because that will make a change in your state. It won't be nationwide. It will start from state to state.
And I think our officials, our local officials, need to step up, which I think they've done, in my opinion, the ones that I know have done a great job. I think they need to let people know where they stand, because I think a lot of times, like I would imagine there would be such an uproar if people tried to pass that you can't film and that it becomes illegal, especially in this day and age. But you have to know where your candidates stand on that. What do you think about that, Mr. or Mrs. Candidate? I mean, it's super important for us to be educated. And the problem with mainstream media, I love all my mainstream media friends, so does Mimi, is that mainstream is driven by ratings. And so if ratings and sponsorships and advertisers are your number one goal, then getting the true story out there, what's really going on in the streets, doesn't get out as much if it doesn't make sense for ratings and for perception in the community. So I literally think it's so important for you to be educated on everybody you're voting for, everybody you're supporting, everybody you're even thinking about supporting. I don't care what your party line is. You really need to be educated and know where they stand.
Exactly. That's huge. And this is why Peace on the Streets, as yourself, we're relating things from the streets, relating things about what's going on, the realness. It's non-biased. We're just saying what it is. And I already know, Fox actually almost interviewed me, but when they found out I was on another station, they backed out. They walked away from me. I was like, oh. But for me, I'm willing to collaborate. But you know who was really big? Shout out to Telemundo, because Telemundo saw us out.
Oh, yeah. They're fantastic.
They interviewed us, yeah.
I like Telemundo. I think that there are good reporters and good anchors on all the mainstream media. It's just, if you want to get real deep dive information, you unfortunately have to go to shows like yours or like mine or another show that kind of puts the information out there. I've had candidates not want to come on because their entire platform was how much they hated the current candidate, instead of having a platform. And so people really need to evaluate, really take a look at what your candidate stands for before you get behind somebody.
Absolutely. And I really hope that you guys take a look into our show and our guest. They're amazing. And the reason why they're on a show is we've done our research. We've worked with them before. We've seen them make a change. And as us, we've researched each other. We looked at each other's work. You know, you got to stay focused and be with like-minded individuals in order to make a change. And not everyone's for you. But that's what you have to try to find.
I don't know why, though, Mimi. Why is that?
For me, it took years to find like-minded individuals. I didn't understand that. I thought everybody was my friend, or I thought everybody, understood that. But I surrounded myself with older individuals that are in the field that taught me, and that really helped me grow. If your friends are helping you grow, those are your friends.
Great. All right. So how do people get involved? What is the best way for anyone who's watching or who watch later to reach out to you, to learn more about the radio station, about when you're going to protest next? How can they best reach you?
We are a Peace on the Streets radio show. You can follow our Facebook at Peace on the Streets Radio. Subscribe to our YouTube at Peace on the Streets Radio. Also Instagram, Peace on the Streets Radio, as well as Twitter. You guys can send us a message. Also email peaceonthestreetsradio@aol.com. We release updates about what we're doing and sometimes where we're going, but not all the time. We do like to keep our staff safe. Not when it's live until after the fact, but send us a message. If you want to be a part of anything, let me know. If you want to know updates about what's going on, let me know. We reach out to the community. We speak to the community. And Mr. Ted, I want to invite you on our radio show. I want you.
I'd be honored.
Studio. Yes.
Okay. I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Well,
so nice to be able to go out and about too. That would be nice to be on the other end.
Absolutely, and we can be live in the station. We have a minimum of people for the quarantine and for the COVID that's going on, so we will be safe.
I love it. Yes, I'd be honored. I would absolutely love to do that. I have one last question I forgot because somebody had asked it prior to going live. You've already given how to reach you, but if somebody says, I just want to help that organization out, I just want to help Peace on the Streets out, what's the most impactful way that they can get involved with you? Is it monetary donations to something? Is it sponsorships? What's the best way for them to make an impact on what you're doing?
Well, obviously the best way is always going to be sponsorships, and sponsorships basically helps us pay for our staff and stay on the road. And we're independent, guys, so just keep that in mind. Our funding is by ourselves, and we chose to be independent, to have the rights to our show, and just to hustle this way. And we're okay with that. God's been taking care of us. So sponsorship, thank you, and just others by volunteering their time. That's a true help. And I would like to give out my business line, if I may, for others that are interested. Yes, it's my direct line, and it goes to me, and it's a business line, so it's okay. At 407-267-7378. Again, 407-267-7378. My name is Mimi. That's directly to me. Let me know, guys, if you want to get involved. I would just love to bring everyone under our wings and have them experience radio as well.
I love it. See, there's that end radio voice that you gotta love. Mimi, you're amazing. Thank you so much for taking time to come on the show and for being flexible with the times. I love what you guys are doing. We're here to support you in any way we can, and I'm looking forward to coming on your show. But please reach out to Mimi, get involved with Peace on the Streets. You guys are looking for things. You asked me for organizations to get involved. Well, here I'm handing you one. So reach out to Mimi and do something. I think it would be really great. Thank you so much, Mimi. We love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Mwah. Peace out, everybody.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.